Hi, my name is Neil Darling. I'm with Ringleader, I'm principal here. And we thought we would do something a little bit different today. We really have, we know that you sit through a lot of these sessions, but very rarely does someone tell you to not buy anything. Our premise right here today is that we think that you should consider not replacing your current phone system. We think that maybe you should at least consider modernizing it. And we're going to talk about that and some of the analysis that goes into that, give you some things to think about. And if you have any questions at the end, we hope that you would reach out to us. So a little bit about me. My name is Neil Darling. I am CEO of Ringleader that used to be known as EtherSpeak. I am a pretty technical guy. I've been around for a long time. But back in 2007, we did some very innovative things to develop what we think to be the world's first and only native SIP trunking for some popular PBX platforms like ShoreTel and Microsoft Lync, which is now Office 3 or is now Skype. But I've been at this for about 17 years, and we thought we would at least have this discussion. And this discussion is probably suitable for anybody that's a little bit technical or interested, a business owner, or somebody that's interested in exploring different options for the next phone system. So really the big question here, we call it here's the big question, does your current phone system still have value? Now, some people would look at that question and say, geez, when did we buy it? Is it fully depreciated? Yeah, those are all valid and relevant questions. You see, what's the resale value is what you might think. It's probably not very much, but that's not the value that it has for the business. See, we put value really into three different areas, and it's just easy to understand. One is something's valuable for you if you make money with it, right? So that money has value, and if you could use something to help you make money, that would be valuable. Second, something's valuable if it helps you save money. So if there's something that you have and it cuts back on your expense, that's valuable. And lastly, something is valuable if, in fact, you buy it for one reason and you get to use it for another. And the one example I love to use is I used to have three boys at home, and they all played Little League, and we have lots of aluminum bats around. So I have one behind my door in my house, and it was used for all kinds of things, but primarily baseball. But what it's used for now is if I have a bear come to my door, I have something to use. So it's a anti-bear weapon in my and behind the front door of my house. So really, something I bought for X and I could still use for Y is really what this is about. So on a phone system context, if you can buy it for one reason or features, and also be able to use it for other things that you never intended, that would be valuable. So reasons to modernize your current phone system. We kind of broke it up into 7 different reasons, and we'll go through them. Reason number one, obviously buying new is expensive. Anytime you buy something, in a business context, at least, it's supposed to last. Usually it's really good quality because things that are made for business are higher quality generally. But the hardware, software, professional services, maintenance, other things like that, we just, for our argument's sake, it's probably $500 per user. And that's really subjective in that it could be more, could be a little bit less. But when you do a total cost of ownership on something like buying a new phone system, you'd find out that buying new is expensive, and therefore keeping what works and what you have is less expensive. So you have to decide if you have something and you want to keep it, how do you outweigh that versus buying something new? Reason number 2, users. And this is the hidden cost that people don't really think about that often. But anytime you have a new system that has lots of features and benefits and everything, they usually call it like soft return on investment versus hard return on investment, in that in unified communications, for example, if you use something and it allows you to do your job quicker, allows your team to interact and your employees to interact, your contractors to interact better with each other, there's some efficiencies there. To make that all happen, you have to train the users. But today's workers are really distributed at remote locations, home offices, small offices, client sites, partner sites. And, we say the 80-20 rule generally applies, in that only 80% of your users only use 20% of the functionality of what you have even today. So if you buy some new system, maybe they don't need all those features that are out there. Maybe there's just certain features that you could use on an old system that would make it valuable. Reason number three, your old system, it's already paid for. And that's, something's valuable if you can not, maybe it's like having an old car. You can drive that car back and forth to work and keep it running and not make car payments. It's a good thing. Well, the same thing's true on a phone system. If you already bought something and you can squeeze some value out of it, that might be a good thing. But it's really, how do you squeeze value out of an old system that's already paid for? And this kind of lends to reason number four. You really want to reduce your operating expenses. So whether you buy new or you keep old, this is kind of an interesting thing. If you don't spend money buying new, and you can save by keeping your old phone system, then that will add value to your business. So really, if you keep your old phone system, but then you can reduce your operating expense by, say, 70% really comes to mind. It's a very valid figure compared to connections to the phone company and other things like that. If you can save 70% per month by keeping your old phone system that's fully depreciated and already paid for, it might be worth considering. Reason number five, really what the users would say, the old phone system, you could modernize it, but really what I want, if I really wanted one feature or two features, is I would like tighter mobile integration. So a lot of the older systems that are out there that people are looking to replace, the one key feature from a user perspective that really requires low training, because we all know how to use our smartphones now, because it's such a core function of our life and really our families' lives, is that if you have something that has tight mobile integration, even if it's based off an old phone system, that would be valuable, because the new features is really, people are using their mobile phones to sort of replace their office phones. So, but why replace an office phone with a new system that when people aren't using the office phone so much, they're really on the move or remote locations or being in front of customers and partners and vendors. Reason number six, business continuity. And one of the things you say is that, having an old phone system is fine, but really the cloud-based solutions that are out there give you a lot more flexibility, because it's really tied to an internet connection. So if you could keep your old phone system, and then really building on reason number five, get tighter mobile integration in that, your phone would work on your old system or also work on the new phone, on your mobile phone. We can really make that also work in case the old system failed. So if the old system failed because the building was flooded, you had a prolonged power outage, or something worse, and I won't go through every possibility, that being able to have tight mobile integration, maybe even having a failover scenario where everybody's extension, everybody's direct dial number, all your automated tenants, all that stuff that you use on your phone system could be moved to the cloud in the event of an outage to your old phone system. That would be a good thing. Even if you only need it for a short amount of time, it allows you to stay in business, keep transacting business, keep in touch with your customers, your partners, your vendors, everything that you need to stay in business. It would be a good thing. So business continuity with your old phone system would be good, and if you could really tightly integrate your mobile phone in the event of a disaster. And last but not least, reason number seven, you need more flexibility. So, what's one of the reasons that you want to move, or you might not want to move to a new phone system, is that, your business is maybe morphing. You may be planning a new lease in a year or less than a year, or maybe you're thinking about a merger and acquisition, and they may have something that you want to use as part of, integrating into your existing environment. So you may want to delay buying a new phone system. You may want to squeeze some more value out of your existing phone system if you have any kind of business event that may be coming up, including leases and property or acquiring property, or or whatever it may be, a new building, and delaying a capital expense, from a timing perspective might not be the best thing right now. So if you could squeeze some value out of your old phone system until that business event happens, that would be a good thing. So really the focus is really, how do we squeeze value out of your current phone system? We got a list here, obviously 1, 2, and 3. So number one is, connect your old system to the cloud, just like the new system. So really the value that comes from the new system is really based on something called SIP and SIP trunking. And if you could connect your old system to the new technology, that kind of gives you that scenario where you're saving money because you've already paid for your old system, but you're also getting the savings that comes from moving to the new technology and leveraging the internet and cloud-based communications. Secondly, your phone numbers. A lot of people forget about your phone numbers, but the phone numbers, whether they're your toll free or your international numbers or numbers that give you an international presence or presence in other areas of the country where your local phone company isn't, may allow you to expand your business in a way. So if you can expand your business by really creative use of DID, or what we call direct inward dial numbers or toll free numbers, that could increase your revenue, could increase your business and make you more available without really changing your underlying technology based on your existing investment that you made in your phone system. Last but not least, you can leverage cloud features with your existing phone. So if you have your existing phone system, but say your users do want some features, maybe they want conferencing, maybe they want fax to email, maybe they want fax machine at home, and you want to consolidate that cost. All of those things are possible, but you could just bolt it onto the old phone system if you have a provider like Ringleader that has what we call carrier connect type services that are available for existing phone customers that want to maintain their old phone system, but want to leverage cloud-based services in a really secure and meaningful way. So it's time to take action. What we suggest to folks at this point is, hey, call us, contact us, and we offer you actually absolutely free hookup. There's no cost. We normally do charge, but if you come through this webinar, watching this webinar today, we'll give you 30 days for free. You can use it, make any calls that you want. You have multiple call paths. We'll give you some local numbers. There's no hidden fees, no commitment. You decide when to turn up. It usually takes about an hour, if that long, and you can cancel anytime. We will not make you a customer. We won't even. There's nothing we'll do with you unless you want us to. The advantage of this, though, is really kind of multifold, where you engage with us then. So once you turn it on, really the question that a lot of people have is, how is the quality? Does it work? And so there may be some horror stories that people have. I've heard that VoIP doesn't work well, or I'm worried about the quality. When you connect, you can kind of get over that, that hump right away, as we say. And it also allows you to engage with us, where you can say, hey, I really like the quality. Now I want to know about the savings. Tell me exactly what I'm going to save. So we have, folks on staff, consultants on staff that will look at your bills. They'll do a spreadsheet. We do it all the time. And we'll come back to you and show exactly, I won't say exactly, but very close to what your spend will be. So that gives you the hard ROI, hard return on investment for it. There's different options. So we have solution consultants, and we can discuss a strategy of how to switch and how to make it seamless and how to make it painless for you. So we can give you different options. Some may involve us, some may involve some others. But if there's other components that you want that we don't offer, we'll be free to engage with you and have a conversation and answer your questions, really from our 17 years of experience. Lastly, excuse me, we guarantee it. So if you're unhappy for any reason, we'll give all your money back. So I don't know anybody that does that, makes promises, or works with you this way. If you feel like things aren't working the way that we said they would, we'll just give all your money back, and we will make the transition back. So we'll make sure you get back to where you want to be and move your numbers back, or whatever it takes to make sure that you're happy. And we appreciate you trusting us, or just giving us a shot, from that perspective. So on that, I want to get you back to what you're doing. You can see here, you can get a 30-day free trial. All you have to do is you can go to ringleader.co/modernize, complete the form like you see here on the screen. You can call us at 844-203-8094. You'll talk with one of our solution consultants, or you can just email us if you want to just say modernize at ringleader.co. And just let's schedule a time to talk and see if it makes sense. You can engage with one of our account reps or one of our solution engineers, but give us a call and let's figure out the best path to get you started on a 30-day free trial with Ringleader. Thanks for your time today. We really do appreciate it as you consider perhaps not buying a new phone system and just modernizing what you have. And hopefully this has been useful for you, and we appreciate any feedback that you have. Please send any feedback to modernize@ringleader.co. Thanks again.